Hello, Psycho Sam 2. A little nervous about today. Oh, I like Annie, but this is going to be a tough one. Hello, Nasty. Hello, Ken. Hey, ow. So we're choosing Annie because I wanted to choose a champion that is just their 3 stars, so they have nothing for constellations, and then also someone that I can try to use turret plating on, so someone that doesn't have any sort of like sustain. And it's a pretty good 3-star. Nice and cheap, so we can have turret plated on most of the game. But yeah, I think we're still going to need to get fairly lucky in order to beat Swain. Like, I'm undefeated against Swain so far, but definitely could see that changing. Yeah, I think this is probably the build we're going to end up going with. Echoing Spirit to make sure we get Annie on the board. And then the great thing is that all of our disintegrates will cost nothing. So we can use it just like a free draw if we want. Archangel Staff and Turret Plating to reduce our damage, make sure we have mana. I think the build has potential, but I don't know how it's going to stand up to Swain. Hello, Jump. Sorry you're having connection issues. You say you can't be here, but you are here. Interesting. Okay, see ya, Jump. I won the Swain adventure with Annie, but I brought Grand Challenge Cannon plans and I didn't have turret plating. Yeah, I'm trying to get the Swain adventure guide out this weekend if I can. And one of the last things I really need to test is turret plating. It should be really good, especially on a champion like Annie where you can get them on the board round 1, and so it can just block a lot of damage for you. But I still think we're going to need to get lucky. Because yesterday what I was doing is I was going through the Swain adventure and cataloging and listing all of the starting mana as well as Nexus health. And yeah, Swain has 99 Nexus health, but 6 starting mana. And so it's going to be pretty difficult to deal with on a champion where you start with 2 mana. He's literally 3 times the amount of mana you have. Hello, Long. Jump says hello. Same with KDA fan. Welcome. Jump also says hi. Specifically to both of you. Yeah, I think Echoing Spirit will be a little bit better than Grand General's counterplan, because it'll make sure we have Annie, and then her Disintegrate, which is her champion spell. It normally costs 1 and has draw 1, but with Annie having Echoing Spirit, it's going to cost nothing. So we can just pretty much play them all for free, really help our removal to kill enemy targets, and also can work as just a bunch of draw. So yeah, let's go ahead and try out Annie versus Swain. This will probably be pretty rough. Hello, Pix. Hello, Vexing. I guess it is Friday. Good Friday to everyone. So Spellslinger isn't bad. We already have sorcery, and so we don't really need it as much. That's... I was really hoping to get Blade's Edge, because I think that would help us a lot more. And yeah, at the moment, we don't actually have that many spells. We just have Death's Hand. This would be helpful for the future. But... I was trying Annie versus Galio. I'm already struggling in the first fight. She's 3-star level 23. So you think it wouldn't be so bad? I mean, yeah, it's... You should be fine there. So I'm going to try to risk it and re-roll, because right now Spellslinger, while it's okay, it's not going to be as good for us. And we need something with a little bit more damage. We'd really love to get the Blade's Edge power. There we go. Okay, this is exactly what we wanted. Having this start of every round, this should help us the most. All right, Reckless Trifarian. Hello, Shambles. Yeah, the Blade's Edge with all of our Disintegrates will give us fantastic removal. Because, yeah, we already have so many Annies. I'm actually fine with more Annies, because more Annies just means more draw.
Come out, wherever you are. Where's my axe?
Alright, so since we have the tough, the City Breakers aren't the top priority to get rid of.
They all fall down.
Oh, this would have just killed it anyways.
Oh, it is a great
It's kind of funny. Yeah, we want to get rid of the unit that has Challenger. All right, let's attack with Annie, and whoever they block with, we're going to use a Disintegrate on. This is the great thing. We can just play them for free, which is why Spellslinger wasn't as important. Just finished monthlies like 10 minutes, and the rewards of 70 made me regret going beyond 65. Yes, that's one thing we learned in the interview for the monthlies. The last couple rewards are kind of more of like bonus rewards.
It's killing time. Get your blood brellas ready. It's Sharaza.
All right, let's stun her. We definitely don't want her attacking. And I think let's also kill this unit. It's important with Disintegrate to get the ordering right. So you have to make sure this spell is listed as first, because it's going to go off second because it goes from left to right. So here we're making sure the Disintegrate is going to hit it, and then the Blade's Edge. Yes. One problem is...
First the smoke, then the fire, then the death.
We probably should have used our other spell as well. Our Death's Hand, that way we have a blocker. Yeah, because we don't have a blocker right now for Trifarian, which isn't great. Well, I guess we'll block with Annie, potentially.
Don't make me hurt you.
Yeah, we'll block with Annie so we can just play another Annie right away. The one bad thing is, since she's dying, the turret plane's going away, so these guys are actually going to hit a bit harder than they should. So yeah, last time we should have played Death's Hand on this unit just so we'd have the extra blocker.
Let's go make some friends.
So that was a little bit of a misplay on our part. Sure, let's deal some damage there. What relics are you using? So we're using Echoing Spirit, Archangel Staff, and Turret Plating. Yeah, you definitely have to be careful with the first one for the Galio adventure. gotta be sure you don't let any of your units die, if at all possible. So here, we're just trying to damage or stun everyone so we can drop Tibbers and he can just wreck their board.
You swallowed me big.
Alright, let's use our Disintegrate because we'll kill him then with Tibbers.
Say night-night.
It is fun setting up Annie's Wombo combo.
Damn it!
Alright, pretty good.
This way. It's almost
So these are going to be definitely slower matches, but with the turret plating, we shouldn't lose too much health. Glad you're playing Annie now. I'll try to see your strat. I'm just using her the wrong way. I mean, we're also playing Annie definitely differently than normal. Sure, we can just kill that. And we could kill that as well. Yeah, I'll be all right. Oh, I think we someone might die, but it's fine. I guess we should stun it because they might attack. Although if we drop this, maybe they won't. Yeah, we'll risk it.
Hi, are you new too? I'm Annie.
You're something special, aren't you, Annie? You can do better than that.
Yeah, having Blade's Edge definitely helps.
Annie.
Alright, so we're gonna try to be able to attack without them having any units on the board if possible.
Come on, that all you got?
So we're just playing Annie very much as a control deck. Uh-oh. Oh, they didn't kill Annie. I think even if we kill that, the damage is... Yeah, the damage is still going through regardless. Also, they refill their mana, so we can't really blow all of ours.
So many tiny.
Alright, so at least get rid of one of their blockers. Alright, perfect. So they can't block. Well, they don't have another blocker to play.
Just you.
Oof. That is rough. Yep, Annie's spell didn't go through.
Finally!
And we don't have any blockers. So if we play like a slow spell, we just won't be able to play blockers, which isn't great. So let's drop a house fighter.
Reporting in.
And now we could stun that, kill that. So they could attack, but we have blockers, so it'd be fine. Oh, it's gonna be a very long match.
Now you're talking!
Come out, wherever you are.
No one's the wiser. Explosives primed.
I just realized now that I pretty much stopped watching you on YouTube since I catch your streams. Yeah, that'll happen.
Are you ready, Tipper?
Behind ya.
This'll be fun for me.
Oh, GG. There are some videos, though, that are YouTube only.
Let's go make some more friends.
Yeah, I've never bought Spatula. Spatula's the worst. Make them discard. That's not bad. Yeah, that's decent. Alright, Thermo Beam. Flash of Brilliance, Heimerdinger. Don't really want to deal with Rise. I feel like that'd be a bad idea. Yeah, Heimerdinger is probably the best. Yeah, that'll be okay. Rekindler, Shop, or Spells Chest. I think I want to go for the Shop. Mana Soul Student should help us out the most. Yeah. I mean, we might counter Legion Marauder more with our stuns. They probably have more removal. Yeah, I think Mana Soul Student will still be easier. I want Rise so bad in Path of Champions. Yes, same. The next time I get an interview with Riot, if that happens, I'm going to ask about Rise, Fiora, Soraka with Starspring, kind of ask about those alternative WinCon champions, be like, so, what do you guys think about these? Because we never actually really have heard anything from them about what they think about those type of champs.
Hey, who's your best friend?
Zippers, I know all his secrets.
Alright, let's immediately kill their Mana Soul Student. Yeah, looks good.
Spell Embers.
They all fall down.
Too many colors.
Aw, so we gotta Disintegrate, but it's the wrong one. Because, yeah, we want to be able to attack with Annie, but she'll just get blocked and die, sadly. Alternative win condition champs are fun. I don't see them as main. It's kind of trivial, don't you think?
No one's the wiser.
I think that I think it'd be fun to add in. I don't think, yeah, that's the main, what most champions should be, but I think we have a roster of... Is it like 70 champs right now? Anyways, we have a massive roster of champions. I think adding one or two that have alternative win conditions would be perfectly fine. I think it'd be pretty fun. All right, let's just stun that one to keep it from attacking. Well, we could do that. So normally you want to pair your slow spell with fast spells, so you're doing more actions, because we don't want to give them the opportunity to play as many cards. So yeah, we'll use the Disintegrate with Blade's Edge to kill their Prefect and our stun on their Saboteur. They might attack with the City Breakers, so we could play our Death's Hand, but I think we'll wait because they still have 3 mana, so we don't want to use up all of our options.
First the smoke, then the fire, then the dinner.
58, I believe? Okay, must see... I feel like I see like 72 as one of the numbers when I look at the character screen, but I could be mixing it up with a different number.
I got big plans for this place.
So they're out of mana. Let's go ahead and just kill him. And PvE could be fun when they are too strong in PvP. It's kind of toxic boring. There was a Soraka meta deck with Starspring, was horrible. Yeah, because also in that sort of meta, it's like,
Where are you from?
if you don't have a way to kill a landmark, then you potentially just lose.
They all fall down.
So I understand playing against it can be super toxic, but playing by yourself in Path of Champions, I think it would be perfectly fine.
Lovely. Burning.
Oh, nice. Another Mana Soul student. Yeah, we can potentially just
Sunny.
rely on our burn damage.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
Alright, so she can deal 5 damage.
Oh, I want to play.
Let's attack and see how they block.
It's so big.
Yeah, thinking about playing the Saboteur, but I think let's just attack with Annie, see how they block. They're probably going to use either a City Breaker or a Greyback.
It's almost time.
Have anyone ever won in Path of Champions with Soraka? I meant with Starspring? Yeah, I've won with Starspring before. It was really fun. Yeah, I've gotten it a couple times, actually. I think I beat Lysandra with it, or at least some of the adventures in Lysandra, I'm pretty sure I beat with it. Alright, let's see if they have any followers to discard. Yeah, Tom with Soraka is super fun. Here we're just using this as a spell trigger. Since we get our mana refilled every round, we don't need to bank any mana. Alright, let's maybe set up a Tippers combo. So let's stun that and, well, let's just use a Blade's Edge and kill that right away. We're trying to be slow and careful. We're playing a 3-star into a 5-star challenge. We don't have...
Nice tones.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of help. We need to play this carefully. Yeah, let's just drop Tibbers. I think they shouldn't add alt-win champions because they'll be crazy with Fiora 3 Stalker's Blades. That can be a win in a turn when you play her. So that's going to happen very, very rarely. Because for one, they need to actually have 3 opponents on the board, and those 3 opponents have to be ones you're strong enough to actually kill. And that doesn't necessarily happen that often. And there's already champions that you can already end in a single turn. Like my 6-star Viego, my Swain, Aurelian Soul. There's a lot of champs that can already do ridiculous things. So I don't think they necessarily should be afraid of the WinCon champions for those regards. Because also, Rise is going to take you probably a little while to end the game, so you're not going to be that much faster than most people. Soraka, the same thing. And then with Fiora, there's going to be a lot of times when it's somewhat difficult to get those kills.
Let's go make some more friends.
I mean, it is fun to sometimes focus on support champions. This is actually difficult, because these are both ones we're generating every round. The Blade Edge will make us overfill, but the Guile, being able to know what we're drawing next, will actually be pretty solid. We could actually go for the Ignition, because the damage, this would be doing 3 damage every round, or 4 with Annie on the board. I think I'd rather have the consistency of the Guile. Tristana with Bandle Tree. Yeah, I think those are fun things that they definitely could add for champions. Now, some I think are more unlikely, like actually releasing Soraka with Bandle Tree, or not Soraka, Tristana with Bandle Tree, or Soraka with Starspring. They'll probably just release Soraka, and then you have to find Starspring. Yep, let's go for another Bouncing Blades. That'll be good. I don't think we want to get anything here. Let's go for another shop. I'm, more scared of Lord Broadmane. These have big units, but other than that, I don't think they're normally that bad. Although I do think they have a lot of ways to damage the entire board, which is rough. Yeah, both these I think actually would be pretty rough for us, but let's go for the Crimson Aristocrat. So like Tristana and Soraka, I don't think they'll actually release with alternative win cons. But like Fiora and Rise, they can't avoid that. Multiple Annies is good. Yeah, this is fine. I feel like they should at least release one alternative win con. I think Rise would be more interesting and less likely to be broken. And so going for Rise first and then just seeing how it goes would probably be pretty nice.
Come on, Tibbers. It's playtime.
By all means, get in my way.
All right, let's kill that right away. And then we can attack and use another Disintegrate to kill whoever blocks us.
This way.
Just think about design point, how to make champion powers for alternative win cons, which would be interesting without trivializing the deck into solitaire. I mean, yes, it's going to be difficult to make that fun and interesting. How to make the deck, especially for Rise, how to make the star powers interesting without being overpowered or too trivialized. But that's kind of not our job to figure out how to make something work, because we're not the ones that are designers. You just have to kind of try to have faith that the developers can figure it out. All right, so yeah, we need to pair the stun. They're out of mana, so they are going to be probably attacking, which means we should also... All right, let's switch this around again. So we have to do the slow first. We'll do the guile for this one. We will try to kill this one with the Disintegrate Blade's Edge combo. We're using a Death's Hand to kill this unit. And we're doing this all at the same time because they're about to attack. And this, we're not only stunning, killing, we're also summoning another blocker. We could do another Disintegrate combo, but we'll be fine for this for now. More Annies sound good.
First the smoke, then the fire, then the timbers! Stay nice tight!
Huh, they're wanting to end. All right, that is fine. Let's do another Blade's Edge combo, kill another one of their units.
Come on. That all you got?
So far, this is going pretty well. We have really good draw. We have Predict built in now. We're having really good removal from the Disintegrates and the double Blade's Edge. Yeah, this is going pretty well. kind of want to set up for a Tibbers combo, but it's also going to depend on what they play. All right, we have multiple of anti-disintegrates. Let's play one of these just to kind of see what they do.
They all fall down.
I helped build this empire.
More Annie. Yeah, I'm still having these free disintegrates is pretty good. Yeah, I think the Echoing Spirit is definitely the way to go for Annie.
You can do better than that.
Free disintegrate, free draw. All right, let's drop a Tibbers. I mean, I guess we could just use a disintegrate again.
Come on. That all you got?
Uh-oh. Please no card. There's no Oracle Eye for me to get rid of it.
You can do better than that.
Well. Alright, let's attack like this. Use both of our Blade's Edge, because that's going to increase the damage of our Prefect.
Come on.
This is actually going pretty well. I still think we're probably going to get shut down by like Swain or Jhin, but happy with how far we've made it.
None stronger, none more feared.
I guess I'm overstressing things. We'll see if and how they're going to approach the problem. Yeah. And that's what I was saying is,
Better than that.
if I get another interview, that's one of the questions I'm going to be asking. Because that's the thing, is we've just never heard their take on it. Like, it'd just be interesting to hear from the devs what they think of the alternative WinCon champions. Because we keep saying as players, like, we keep arguing back and forth what we think of it, but I haven't heard at all from any developers what they think of these champions.
You can do better than that.
Alright, we're not gonna play the Saboteurs because they'll just die. Sure, we use a Hunt the Weak if they have a follower, get rid of it. It'd be nice to get rid of the card, but you need the Oracle's Eye for that when it hasn't popped up at all yet.
My reputation.
We could play Annie, or we open attack and end the game. GG. Further improving Hunt the Weak. Yeah, Lord Broadmane is okay, but he's pretty expensive, and we already have good removal, so his effect wouldn't actually be that big of a deal because of how many disintegrates we have. We could go for Poros for a bunch of blockers, but don't really want to do that. Further improving a Death's Hand, that's nice. Allies have Overwhelm. Not the biggest deal. Let's try to reroll, see if we can get something better. Chrono Breaks. Sure, it could help us out. They can be pretty game-changing. Plunder, I cost 3 less. Kill a unit. Give enemies -2 this round. We could trigger that Plunder very easily. Yeah, if we got like Slow but Steady, that would have been so good. Three cost kill an enemy and damage all enemy units does sound pretty good. So let's get this and get a couple more Death's Hand because it's a really good spell. All right, let's hit up the healer. I don't think we'll actually heal because we do have pretty good sustain, or not sustain, but damage reduction. Potentially going to get rid of House Spider. Yeah. All right, Jhin, let's see how this goes.
In carnage I bloom like a flower in the dawn.
You could force Oracle Eye with Twin Spell and Stack, hover the eye, and then return the card. Yeah, possibly. Triple Annie, that is actually fine.
Shouldn't you be in school, little girl?
I burned school down. Now I want to burn you.
I love her interactions. Let's use a Disintegrate to pop their spell shield. I love the fact you can play these for free. And by playing them, you just get more draw, so it's not actually a bad thing to do.
I will give them a show to remember.
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp.
Yeah, they are out of mana. Let's use one of these here. I guess we can't really attack because of their barrier. Yeah, let's kill their Jhin, get him off the board. Will this deal any damage? Because, like, Annie is increasing damage. Okay, yeah, so let's play this for free to at least get rid of their spell shield. That way we can attack. Ledros isn't bad. Hello, Agent. We are trying to do Annie versus Swain. Alright, so now we can attack. If they block, we can use Disintegrate to kill whoever they try to use. Yeah, this Annie build is actually working out very well.
Where there's fire, there's shivers. They all fall down.
Not bad.
Alright, pretty good. We're going to overfill our hand, which, I mean, is going to happen a lot because we're making 3 cards every round.
Very neat.
We are at the threshold of something great.
Alright, so we'll get next action. We'll just stun that because a stun is essentially a death sentence for it.
Our purpose calls to us. We cannot turn away.
So yeah, stun here. I think let's just use a Blade's Edge and kill that. We have, well, we have enough mana. We could do a Death's Hand into Disintegrate. They still have 3 mana, so they might play something else. We wouldn't really have an answer to it, which isn't great. So I think we'll hold off for now. We'll do this first, see how they respond. We might get punished if they attack with the 3 City Breakers, but because of our tough, it's not going to do that much damage. We don't want to get rid of all of our options immediately. Yesterday, on my first real attempt versus Lysandra, I almost OTK'd her. Nice.
The actor, the grave.
Don't really want Annie to be recalled. This is why we saved our mana, so we can just kill that. Well, we could use a Death's Hand. That's actually overkill. Let's just use a Blade's Edge. Sure, let's play this because we can play it for free. Let's actually do the Prodigy. And we'll just drop this. We have a blocker. Alright, slow and steady. This might be rivaling our Mordekaiser run for length. We just... too many cards. Alright, let's play this slow.
better to aim with, my dear.
Alright, so pop the shield.
Is it not?
Of course I'm ready.
Let's do a disintegrate. This will draw out our other Annie, so then we can use her disintegrate as well. We're trying to just set up for a... Actually, we can't use disintegrate on both because they're both not stunned, so Tibbers won't actually hit them. We could use disintegrate right here. Annie is leveled, so whoever she blocks is going to get stunned. Sure, let's use it right there. So Tippers will be able to kill 3 of them. Even at his first 2 stars, Swain feels so good. Awesome. Also, your guide with his build is really good. Great. I'm glad it's helping you out. Let's keep the Wardens back as a blocker. Yeah, this will be all right. Oh man, we're at Jhin and we are doing pretty well. This makes me happy. That's not great, but they did dump most of their mana for that. Yeah, I think we could use a double Blade's Edge, just kill some of their units. Let's risk playing this. They only have 2 cards, so there's a decent chance it's not a follower, but you never know. Yeah, we can let Tippers take that. Huh. Well, at least we know the cards they have. Let's play this to get it out of hand, because we're just kind of having too much. This would put it within kill range for a Blade's Edge next round. So I am okay with that. And we might play Ledros next round. Because that's going to do more damage than pretty much anything else we can do. Yeah, Ledros would be nice. Alright, so they did have one. Let's just use our Blade's Edge to kill both of these. The one, it's... So the bad thing about Jhin is that when he runs out of cards, if we attack, he's just going to get a bunch of Blade's Edge. And so he's just going to end up doing a lot of damage to us.
We're going in.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll do a lot of damage. We won't quite end, but we can use our double Blade's Edge to end next round.
Are you ready, Tippers?
But he's probably going to kill our Annie, probably going to damage our Nexus. But we'll level up. Or not level up, but we'll heal up after this match, since it's the boss fight. I love Annie's voice lines. They crack me up. Have you tried the Misfortune Relic on Annie? Yes, I have. I was not really impressed. I think it's fine. I don't like the fact that it has to use all 1-drops. I think it's definitely better on Annie than it is Jhin. Yeah, it's okay there. But it's still not anything really crazy.
There's a scent in the air.
All right, GG. I don't think it's crazy on both Annie and Jhin, especially Jhin. You don't have enough 1-drops for Jhin at all. It's definitely usable on Annie. I personally don't like it on Jhin at all. We'll go for the augment, because she'll actually scale up a good amount. With Annie, if you get lucky with your 1-drops, yes, Annie can do a lot of damage with it. Huh. We're really not unit focused at all. I think Disarmed is actually going to work better here. It's a pretty good counter for the Swain adventure. It really counts the deadly power, because this kicks in before their stats get increased. Yeah, while the Grandeur Plaza is normally fantastic, I don't think it will really matter too much for us. Yeah, Disarmed will be okay. And we'll just get wrecked by the Reckoner. So let's go down here for the stagehand. The Misfortune Relic will be insane for Misfortune once you get her to 6 stars. When that happens, it's going to be crazy. Before then, it's good. Let's actually get rid of Flash of Brilliance. I want to get Annie. Thought a bit about the Shurima character they can turn into champions for Path of Champions. I think Setika has the biggest chance to be one. Ancient Leader of Ascended. Not really sure about that one. What cheap champ should I upgrade a 2-star for Oath with Wild Frags? For Oath, Annie is decent. I'm just thinking Shurima. Samira is also pretty good.
One sprint for each crab I saw today.
Diana is also pretty good, but that's more when you get it to 3 stars. Alright, so we don't have any Disintegrates, which isn't great. We only have 1 copy of Annie this time. They do have 3 mana, so they might be able to drop their stagehand. Let's attack with Annie. She can either kill whoever blocks her, or if she doesn't kill one of the city breakers, they can't hurt her.
I see you there.
My friend and I are toll collectors.
Alright, let's kill this. Yeah, not the best opening for our
My sweet button.
first round, but still got Annie on the board, still killed 2 people. Yeah, it's okay. You got Samira at 3 stars. Yeah, Samira with her cost reduction is pretty good with Oath of the Guardians.
Take the high ground.
So let's stun that and then kill this one, and then the rest of their units all have 0 power, which is absolutely fantastic. So we can then just wait to see what they want to play. Yes, I'd rather get Annie.
Come in.
Old masks let young eyes see clearly.
All right, so that's a little bit worse, but again, we have the turret plating, so just one attack is going to get blocked completely by that. Sure, let's do a Flash of Brilliance to... we actually have a really good draw. We don't want to help them. All right, so this would kill that. This one would kill that one. I'm a little bit worried about not having enough hand space. Yeah, with the tippers, our Annie's probably gonna get destroyed.
Then the fire, then the tippers!
Yeah, it shows you what Emperor's card you get.
We've been through a lot.
I think let's actually see what we get from our thermo beam.
Crime didn't pay.
Yeah, we just have too many cards. Like, all of the cards we have also give us other cards, which is a little bit rough. Let's drop a Hunt the Weak. They probably have... Huh, okay. Alright, nice. Sure, let's drop a Blade's Edge and kill that.
A misstep.
Actually,
We'll crack this yet.
so we're letting that die so we can drop our Sunderer. And kill two of their units. Fantastic. To be honest, any 1 or 2 cost champions you have, at least 2 stars will work great with it.
Rise,
Yeah,
warriors.
any cheap champions are pretty solid. Oh, they have so much health. Alright, let's try to set up for a Tippers combo. Okay, thought they'd play a little bit more. But, alright.
Explosives primed.
Sure, let's just finish them both off. Alright, fantastic. Alright, let's use this at burst speed to summon an exact copy of Annie. We're just trying to do as much damage before they can really answer with anything. And there is a lot of damage. That figures. Oh well. Yeah, the turret plating is really helping us here. It lets us take these games so much longer than we normally could, just because we don't have to worry about being nuked down every single round.
Lovely. Very neat.
You'll soon understand my methods.
All right, let's do a Guile into Spellslinger. Annie's normally the right option.
It's Mr. Kaishiro. Kai.
Because, like, you start off definitely weaker as Annie, just because the enemy has so much extra starting mana than you, as well as starting with so many units. So, that definitely is an issue.
Lovely.
But once you stabilize, then you just control the board and absolutely dominate. That being said, I still think Swain is going to absolutely destroy us. Because he has tons of removal.
I want to play.
And yeah, there's not going to be too much we can do to stop him. GG.
Let's go make some more friends.
Alright, getting more copies of Annie. That is totally fine with us, especially since we are accidentally obliterating a decent amount of them. More the merrier. I don't want more things in my opening hand. That would be actually bad. Also, having more draw wouldn't be great, but being able to give some of our units elusive, I guess that's okay. This would be a burst speed blocker. Yeah, I think we'll just go for the cam cloaker. Or camo cloaker. Shock Blast is decent. Noxian Fervor is also decent, making them discard a card as well. Fixer Upper is okay. It's normally going to be hitting our Annie. And so this would actually just work as a good way to keep Annie alive, especially against Swain, because she could take some damage, but then kind of be like healed back to full from this, so his effect wouldn't kill her. It's not the greatest, but it could actually help us out a decent amount, I think. All right, so there's an Epic Shop, Incisive Tactician. We don't really have enough gold for the Epic Shop. I do like that Noxian Fervor, making the enemy continue to discard cards. That is one weakness Swain has, is he can run out of cards. So making him discard is actually pretty good. So yeah, let's just grab one copy of that. The Glory Seeker will be a bit rough. They have a very powerful card. We're going to need to be careful of their strike, but potentially we'll be fine. Yeah, they have like a 0 or 1 cost. They have 5 or higher cost units strike the enemy. Let's get rid of Heimerdinger. Get rid of Dawning Shadows. Don't really want that on opening hand. Death's Hand is okay. Yeah, it'll be fine for our opening hand. We would like more copies of Annie. Fantastic.
Come on, Tibbers. It's playtime.
For the Empire!
All right, I think first thing, let's just attack with Annie, see what they do. All right, we can just kill this for free then. Fantastic.
Stay nice tight.
All right, let's try to kill their Glory Seeker. So yeah, don't have... I mean, it's the first round. We have 2 mana to play with. So our first round is definitely pretty rough, but... decent opening. We were able to get Annie on the board and kill 2 of their units.
Nothing but Noxian might!
Alright, so let's... do this for our opening. We're killing 3 units. Well, we're killing 2, stunning 1. We're summoning 1 of our own units, and we'll still have mana for... is this not a Fleeting Guile that I'm playing? I was not playing the Fleeting Guile. Alright, pretty solid, and we still have 1 mana left over. Got 5-star Aatrox today. He's so much fun. That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't played 5-star Aatrox at all, but he does seem like a good time.
Where there's fire, there's shivers!
Yeah, he's one that I look forward to being able to star up. Alright, perfect. They're just wanting to end. I think then, let's go ahead and use Blade Edge into Disintegrate. They're all about their 5 or higher power units. If we can just keep those off the board, then we're gonna have a great time.
They all fall down.
Perfect.
Lovely. Burn me.
Alright, so we could go for a Tibbers combo. Could just drop Mana Soul Student. Let's play a Disintegrate and see what they do. What does Scribe of Sorrow do again? The card, if you play it, gives you a copy of a card, one of your units that's died this game.
Nothing can stop
The
me.
node lets you spend mana to upgrade your first round, so it either gives you like, well, either gives you extra Nexus health, extra card draw at the beginning, or extra mana for round 1. Let's use a Disintegrate here. Alright, so he wants to use a Bloody Business. And it still costs 4 because they haven't gotten any strikes off, which is what we're trying to do to make sure they can't get this down. Because if they can start getting this cheaper, then it becomes a real issue. Alright, so we'll have to use our Double Blade's Edge to kill him. Yeah, more copies of Annie, pretty much always the right choice. Oh boy, I got Perfected Mana Flow as Kaisa and got the Evolved 9-drop. Nice.
It's almost
I guess we did draw another Annie we could have used on their City Breaker. Oh, this is going great. Also, the fact that we play so many of these Annies, we keep shuffling them back into our deck, meaning even though these matches are going pretty long, we're not necessarily running out of cards, which is great. Let's just try to stun him. They might again go for their Strike Relic or Strike Power. But we have our Disintegrate Blade's Edge if they try to do that. Alright, let's try to bait them into playing it. Yeah, let's actually go for a Hunt the Week. Nice.
Donnie. Wanna play with Tippers?
Okay, that sounds like fun.
So I'm worried they're going to have another one of that card, because when they play it, they get more. Although I guess the card fizzled since we killed him. Yeah, they might kill Annie, but if they do, we have more. Alright, fantastic. It's just always a little bit scary when the AI is sitting right above the mana that they know they have a strong spell at. Alright, let's stun this so they don't have a blocker. Sure. Chrono Break won't be bad.
It's a rain ash in our wake.
Alright, let's try to kill that. Alright, so we'll be able to attack, rally, and attack again. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I guess we could use this to count as a created card to give us just enough to end the game. This is a really cool build for Annie. Yes, I thought it would work out well. It's doing better than I thought it was going to do, to be honest. Well, the build is doing exactly what I thought. I thought Swain, the adventure, would be able to counter it more. But GG, we've made it all the way to Swain.
Let's go make some more friends.
So far, we're pretty much doing every single one of these matches flawlessly. Like, you have 3 damage you take at the game start that you can't stop. But outside of that, we're, doing great. This would deal a good amount of damage, would give us some draw. It is fairly expensive. We're really needing to play a lot of cheap cards. And we aren't really struggling with card draw. Yeah, I think we're fine. Let's just, improve our Hunt the Week a little bit. Alright, Tactician. This would give us a Epic. We could get rid of Game Start Draw at Champion just because we have so many Annie. We should be able to play her. I thought we'd be able to reroll here. So that's fun. So the Fixer-Upper could potentially save us from damage, but at the same time, I feel like Swain is just gonna have enough damage to kill us anyways with most of his spells. Yeah, the Bouncing Blades is definitely helping out a lot, which is why I re-rolled for that in the beginning. We would get an Epic, but we'd potentially get an Epic that is not going to help us. Yeah, I think we're fine. The main reason we have Fixer-Upper is for Swain to try to counter his Suffer. I thought we were going to be able to use our rerolls here because I never go here, so I forgot that you couldn't use your rerolls, and we have 2 left, which is why we didn't roll the rewards from there. Yep, I'm not going to risk it. We're fine. Like, there are some things that could help, but there's also a decent chance we get an Epic Power that does literally nothing for us. I don't really need the Camo Cloaker at all. Yeah, we normally actually want people to block us. Alright, Swain. Oh, the final one. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's a sacrifice? Yeah, you have to sacrifice what you have to try to get something that is one better. But whatever you get could be potentially useless, so. Not really worth it in my opinion. It is also terrible you can't re-roll that node at all. It makes it one of just the worst nodes in the game. All right, we have to try to play Annie. They have 6 mana, so they could just immediately, immediately kill her. Swain, yeah, this is going to be
Come out wherever you
rough. Yeah, we're out of mana. There's nothing we really can do. If we attack, they will just kill her.
For the Empire!
That is one thing that Swain does do, though, fairly often, is override his own units. Which is helpful. Alright, so we do not have another copy of Annie already in hand, which is sad. We could use our Noxian Fervor to deal damage to our Annie to kill some of their units. If we did that, we'd still have enough mana for a stun, a Blade's Edge, maybe drop a Saboteur. Sure, let's try to kill that one. But yeah, it's not going to be a great situation. This is, yeah, the main thing I was worried about with Swain is just the fact that he's just going to kill all of our units, and there's not really anything we can do to stop him. So I think stunning Swain would be better, and we could kill this unit. Yeah, we'll do that first.
Explosives prime.
So we could drop our own Saboteur. Our Saboteur would not be strong enough to block their Shield Breaker, which means it won't actually be that good. So let's kill their Saboteur.
As Noxus wills!
Alright, so we're taking 8 damage, and then we're going to take damage from the City Breakers.
Victory awaits!
The issue is we need multiple Annies in our hands so we can actually use the Disintegrates. We could actually use a Blade's Edge into Dawning Shadows to kill their Swain, but then we wouldn't have our Annie on the board. They have 8 mana. Sure, let's try to make them discard. Try to give them a chance to play something. Alright, let's drop a Legion Saboteur just as a bait card for them to... They're just refusing to play anything. So we need to play our Annie, but they have enough mana that they just might kill Annie immediately. Okay, they're not doing anything. We'll end. Alright, so that will stun Annie. Not the best, but we could use this, get our Dawning Shadow down. And we can kill their Swain.
Their time has come.
Now, they might immediately kill our Annie with another copy of Swain, but I think getting a full, like, healthy Swain off the board is good. Alright, so yeah, they're doing a lot of things to kill our Annie, but Still the good that we're getting Swain off the board.
Merely pawns in a great
Does Nidalee need her 3-star to beat Lysandra? I mean, it definitely helps.
courage, excuses for war.
Alright, they are out of mana. We will again stun their Swain. We might actually end up relying on the Golden Herald. Yeah, we'll stun Swain, they'll attack again, and it will deal a good amount of damage, but we're just trying to mitigate it as much as possible. Huh. That Chrono Break will be nice,
Raven will fall.
but we can't really play it this round. Thing is, we're just taking a lot of damage. So even though we're getting to a point where they are running out of cards, it's kind of not mattering. I think I'll actually save the Blade's Edge since or not save it, but save our mana. Because we're not going to get the free mana next round. Let's open with the Emperor's Guard, see what they do.
No light but our sun, no god but Azir.
Alright. The thing is, they are running out of cards. We can potentially stabilize.
Come on, Tibbers. It's playtime.
The issue is Annie's level up condition resets every time you play her. So we could attack with Annie. We would also get our other unit back, which would give us extra draw. But we could also save that for stopping them. Because, like, attacking's not... They have these big blockers. Attacking's not actually going to do that much. We don't have any summon effects for Annie. We'd just be getting one draw and kind of damaging their units, but... I think I potentially want to save Chrono Break to actually revive our Annie when we don't have her on the board, when they, like, kill her potentially next round. I think that would be more helpful. We could potentially kill the shield breakers, though. Yeah, I guess we'll maybe try.
The wiser.
This is so big.
Yeah, let's try.
Behind you.
Discipline.
Okay, it's not bad getting that out of their hand, actually. Yeah, we'll sit here. Oh, it's so stressful.
War Mason, reporting for duty.
Bestow upon them the gifts of our empire.
Alright, so that damage will stun the Emperor's Guard. Have our Blade's Edge. Let's, again, hit Swain with a stun. They have one card
For
left.
the glory of Noxus.
I think stunning Swain is still the best thing we can do, because we can't let him attack. If he hits our Nexus, we are done. Sadly, our stuns are slow speed. But we have our double Blade's Edge if we need to kill some of the units if they try to attack us.
At Noxus will.
Okay, so we are going to kill that.
Ready.
Don't make me hurt you.
It's like we wouldn't take damage, but Annie would die, and we would, I feel like, just end up dying next round. Yeah. I was really hoping they wouldn't attack. Yeah, I think that's the best thing we can do. Oh, man. Alright, 4 health and a dream.
We must fight for our peace.
Alright, let's do a Hunt the Weak as well as a Blade's Edge into Disintegrate. They might kill Annie, but we really need to get Swain off the board. More copies of Annie, fantastic. Annie's leveled, fantastic.
I want to play a game of hide and burn. It all falls down.
They have 22 cards left, we have 35. They have 1 card in their hand. Let's... We finally stabilized. We've just stabilized at 4 health. Oh, I'm so stressed out right now. Let's... We're trying to get everyone stunned. We're wanting to drop our Tibbers so that he can, well, do a decent amount of damage. Actually, this is he'll deal 4, so he could actually, yeah, kill that. Let's attack first. The good thing is we have a lot of draw, we have a lot of card generation. We have 3 cards we're literally making every single round.
It's Mr. Kythero.
Oh,
It's
man.
Kythera, Annie. Hey, Tibbers.
I mean, they always have just 1 card that they're really waiting for the right moment to play.
Know your enemy.
That's going to be pretty bad because of the Swain suffer power, so that sucks. Especially that is, well, that's a round start effect, so if our units die at the start of the round, we could use a Chrono Break. Let's stun it so it can't attack. I think I'd rather just have more copies of Annie. Well, that's the 1 card they're sitting on. If we kill Annie, they don't get this back in their hand, which means they can't kill the rest of our units. And we'll potentially just use a chrono break this round. Alright, would this revive just Annie? Yes, it would. They're out of cards. Let's go ahead and do that. We need Annie on the board. Otherwise, we're dying to City Breakers. Just not good.
Smells like burning.
Psych in.
Let's attack and see if we kill the City Breakers.
They want to play in the fire.
Okay. This is fine. The fact that we can get them off the board is going to be very helpful. Let's go for Rocket Barrage. We won't use this at the moment, but that'll be good to have in our back pocket.
Like school they rise.
Alright, so they have one card. Let's once again stun their unit. Yeah, they only have one card. Problem is what that card is, because if they get a Death's Hand, they might be able to kill us. Alright, House Spider. Let's drop this, wipe their board, and let's use our Disintegrate on him just to kill all of their units.
Say night-night.
With me, Shurima.
Alright, we did it.
Almost
Oh, that was very stressful. GG. GG. So, 3-star Annie. That, yeah, that. Oh,
Did you like that, Tibbers? Wasn't it fun?
that was difficult. 4 health. We had 4 health. Any recommendations? Champ fought. Huh. 4 packed powder. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot for packed powder. I'll do that right after. Just want to finish up with Annie. Hour and 8 minutes. The only epic relic we were using was the Echoing Spirit. So yeah, Swain, definitely possible. We didn't even use up our revive there. You don't have to have a broken champion. You don't have to have full Constellation champion. You can still beat the Swain adventure if you play smart and have the right build. We got lucky with having bouncing blades, but other than that, we didn't really get crazy powers. Like, we were smart with our powers, but like all of our powers are commons and 1 rare, so it's not like we even got good powers. Yeah, Swain still very beatable, still undefeated technically for Swain. You can do it, you just have to be smart. Oh man, it's just there's so many people online that complain about Swain. It's like, you can beat him, it is just difficult. As far as packed powder, it's good for Jinx, it's good for Swain. You can use it on Darius. It's really good on Morgana. I like it on Pike. You could use it for Misfortune. You could potentially use it for Annie, but it's not really as needed since she's already so cheap. Really good on Nar. Really good on Janna. Who else? Could be good on Vhagar as well. There's a lot of people. Vi. It's a relic you can use on a lot of people. Pack Powder is pretty good. It's normally a combo relic that you pair with other relics. Like for Swain, you're comboing it with his other power. so that you can get them on the board turn 1. But yeah, Pack Powder, you can use it on a lot of people. Plunder relics work on Jinx. That's literally the build I've run on Jinx for a long time. Yeah, on Jinx, it 100% works. Your damage procs Plunder, and then you can then play her for super cheap. So it 100% works on Jinx. I use it every time I play Jinx. Raven plus Powder is my favorite epic relic combo. Yes, so good on many champs. My favorite so far, aside from Swain, obviously. Good on Gnar. For other Plunder relics, 0 cost Gnar, pretty good. How do you get Loose Cannon's payload? It is from one of the missions. I forget 2-star Garen. Okay, most people say it's 2-star Garen. So I'm going to go with that. Yeah, so for a lot of the intro champs, they had their own couple customizable campaigns. Not customizable, but their own personalized campaigns. That's the word. So, yeah, for Garen, it's up against Jinx. And that's how you get the Loose Cannon's payload. Alright, so that was definitely a success. The whole point of that was trying to show the... what is it called? Turret plating. Showing that turret plating is useful, that you can use it, and it helps counter that challenge. And also just show that you can still beat Swain, again, with just a 3-star champion. Also, I just now noticed that these are placed in specific areas. Like, this is actually the arena, and that's where Draven is. And then Swain is in the middle in their Indomitable Bastion. I never really noticed that Draven was above the arena. Also, I absolutely love this visual. I think it's so good. It showed that the relic is useful. It didn't show that it's good. I think it shows that it's good into the Swain adventure. Yes. Like, it was decent into Lysandra, but in the Swain adventure, literally every single round, every single fight, you're taking Nexus damage from those city breakers in addition to all the other damage you're taking. Like, the turret plating, we had no sustain at all. We had 0 sustain that entire run. We didn't have a single health potion, no way to heal ourselves. I don't even think we didn't even use a single heal at the healers. We literally never had any sustain the entire time, other than just the stuff you get at round start. And that was because of the turret plating. We never had to go to the healer. We were just able the entire time to rely on turret plating to reduce down all the damage, and we were fine. It is actually good in this Swain adventure. Now, it does have some caveats. It has to be on a cheap champion, because this isn't a power. So your champion has to be on the board, which is why we were going for the Echoing Spirit plus turret plating. So that, and like Annie. So it's a very cheap champion we can keep on the board to keep getting the power here. That's one thing they really need to do, is they need to change this to a power. That way it's good on all champions for like Swain. Because even then, it would still be a niche relic and still not like overpowered or anything. But yeah, turret plating can definitely help you. If you're playing on someone that is a little bit more expensive, you probably want to go for turret plating plus cost reduction relics, just to get your champion on the board as soon as possible. Oh, that was something. Spellweavers and Secret Technique is so underrated. Spellweavers, the issue with Spellweavers is that there's some champions that would really like it, but the regions that they come from absolutely suck. So since Spellweavers is only based on your region, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because then you have some more choice on what spells you're going to get, and then you have more decision making while you're going through picking up different cards of like, oh, I might not want that card because it's not in my region. So Spellweavers is actually really good, I agree with you, on some champions, but other champions that would really want it, like Lee Sin, most of the Ionia 2-drop spells suck. They're just not good for what you're wanting, and so they don't really help you out. So it's good, but it's not as good as it should be. Yeah, used on Garen, Darius Vayne. That's the thing. Most of the regions do have some pretty good spells, and also some of the spells, they're good for the champions. Like for Spellweavers, I absolutely love it for Shadow Isles, but it's only good for like the Shadow Isles decks, and not even necessarily all of them. So a lot of the cards are just about killing your units. So like kill an ally to draw 2, kill an ally, summon a bunch of ephemerals, summon ephemerals, grant lifesteal, fearsome an ephemeral, kill a unit. Like there's kill an ally. A lot of these are so good for all the Shadow Isles decks that are about killing your own units. So going for Spellweavers when you're playing, especially like Viego, but could also work for like Mordekaiser, could work for especially Thresh. A lot of these cards are absolutely fantastic if you're Shadow Isles. If you're not playing Shadow Isles, or you're playing someone that doesn't rely on killing their own units, like Vex, if you're playing Vex, then suddenly it kind of sucks for you because you don't rely on just killing your own units. So it is a very fun relic, but it does have some definite downsides. That's not what I wanted to select. Vex gets Bandle 2 though, which also has a good selection. I kind of thought I remember the Bandle cards being kind of bad. Might have been the Shurima cards. Let's go and look at them again. Discard their highest card. Discard 1, deal 2. Puffcast, Magic Journey. They're okay. Yeah, these are pretty random, a lot of discard, but it's not bad. Most of these, when you get them, they're going to be useful to you, other than like Sharesies. Whereas there's some that you're like, okay, I can't really play this, it's not really going to help me at all. Like, I think Shurima has some pretty bad ones. Actually, I think Ionia is the worst. Let's look at Ionia. So, recall an ally, equipment-based, recall a unit. There's just recall an ally. There's so many recall an ally, recall an ally. There's so many that aren't really going to help you. Recall an ally. There's so many recall your own units, which for most decks you don't want to do. So if you're playing Ionia, you have a very high likelihood of getting a card that is either useless or actively hurts you. So that's not great. Steel Tempest is a brick, unplayable. Yeah, so, I mean, for Yasuo, you don't really want... You want to recall enemies, not allies. When they release a champ that is focused on recalling your own units, that champ will probably be Ionian, and then you will probably want to run Spellweavers, because there is so much recall in here for recalling your own units. But other than that, it's not really going to be that great. yeah, for Ari, if she gets added, she'll probably love it. But for most of the Ionia champions that would want to use Spellweavers, the spell pool just kind of sucks. But yeah, Targon's pretty good. Mossie's pretty good. Freljord is solid. Bilgewater, I think, is another one where it's not the best. Yeah, Bilgewater seems to be a little bit more mediocre. It's not necessarily bad. A lot of these will still be helpful for you, but there's also a decent amount here that you're like, I don't want to play this. The 0 mana recall an enemy and make a coin too. I'm pretty sure it's not going to work like that. So for Ionia, the 2 cost is recalling yourself. The other one is spending 5 mana to recall, which maybe from the cost reduction will give you a 3 mana, but it's not going to cost, or it shouldn't cost, nothing. I'm pretty sure I actually had this before on one of the Ionia people I was testing it on, and yeah, it didn't work. You couldn't play the 5 cost version for free. I'm so excited to use my Spellweavers if they add Seraphine. Yeah, Seraphine's going to be great. I mean, it is literally her relic. Let's actually look at relics. Are there any for champions that haven't been added yet? So, I mean, this one looks like Zed. At least that's what it's very themed around. Zed hasn't been added. Most of these all fit people that are already in the game. Yeah, Spellweavers, that's Spellweavers, and then the Galio relic. I guess the two... The Beast Within would be Udyr, I suppose. So, Udyr, Galio, and Seraphine are kind of the only champions that have relics that aren't also added into the game. I guess Portal Pals could be considered Tristana. Set kind of works since recalling his units isn't an issue. Coin Spell has Mana Gem and he rallies for more spells. Yes, for set it could work. I did greet both Long and Katafan, and I did mention U-Jump. So I don't know what Long is talking about. You might not have just heard the part where I said it was from you. Isn't it funny that Seraphine got the first champ relic, but she's not even in Path of Champions yet? It is kind of surprising. I feel like they have to add her soon. Actually. Conspiracy theory time. What if... The timeline potentially doesn't add up, but... What if Seraphine is going to be in Arcane Season 2, and so they're waiting for that to add her? That could be interesting. Time to put on the tinfoil hats. That could maybe be what they're waiting for. Give us Warwick instead. Warwick would probably be pretty fun. The problem with Warwick is they'd have to add a whole bunch of cards. They'd have to add his whole support package. Because there's like no real cards that fit for him in that region. Yeah, I mentioned the formidable relic is Galio. It'd be a little odd to add her with a potential constellation for Vi. Since they'd add Seraphine with Constellation 2. So it'd be 2 PNC champs that month. Yes, but I mean, Arcane is a P&Z focused show, so we're probably going to get multiple P&Z things. because it's a path, or it's, yeah, Piltover and Zon focused show. It's not really that much away around them. Warwick is going to be a weird one for PNZ, kind of like OG Lux for Demacia. Yeah, a bit. They'd probably add Caitlyn. No. Yeah, they'd probably... some of the things that are the most likely would be adding Caitlyn, adding Jace, adding Heimerdinger, the Vi Constellation. Those are all very likely. Adding Victor. They could definitely add Victor, because... he didn't... No. Yeah, he didn't die or anything. He's still in the show. He just hasn't really fully evolved yet. So yeah, there's a lot of champions that are in that show that aren't in the game as far as playable champs. And then even Vi, even though she's playable, she's still 3 stars. So there's a lot of champions, and also we don't even know what champions they're going to introduce. Like, Warwick was very heavily teased, and there's a lot of, like, any PNZ champ that they could add. Like, it'd be hilarious if Dr. Mundo was in Arcane Season 2. I want a new Freljord to get 1 to at least 4. I'm kind of down for Caitlyn, to be honest. I want to smack her level 2 for 200 damage or something. Singed, yeah. I mean, the problem is Singed isn't even in the game. So we're more likely to get champs that are already in the game, just added to Path of Champions. That being said, there's probably going to be like an expansion for Arcane. So there's a decent chance we get a couple brand new champions added to the entire game from the show. Like, they're gonna really try to capitalize on the hype. That definitely, yeah. Yeah, Warwick is in the game as well. Spicy Toast, I'm a fan. Enjoy your videos on YouTube. Helps me a lot when playing LOR. That is fantastic. Glad they're able to help you out. And welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're probably going to get 1 or 2, maybe 3 champs added to the game. Since they're being added to the game, and the game is now focused on Path of Champions, I mean, honestly, we might have a time where they're just added to Path of Champions and they're not added to the game overall. That could be interesting. It'll be really interesting to see, actually, how champion releases happen going forward. Because most of what we're getting is just the existing roster coming over to Path of Champions, and then these champions getting updated to their constellation form. But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how they actually release a brand new champion, because that's something we haven't seen yet. When is the Arcane update? They might add Seraphine. Yeah, that's what I was saying before, that they'll potentially... what they might be saving her for if she's in the show. The update is in November, I think. Something like that. I'll look that up. I know there's a calendar people have been throwing around. Here we go. So yeah, it's going to be in November. So this is the update and what's going on right now. So the next patch is July 17th. Then a couple more months, and then yeah, Arcane is when we're going to be getting, or November is when we're getting the Arcane update. So we still have a little while, especially considering every single patch we're getting so far a decent amount of new content. Any tips on getting more shards for ASOL? Still don't have my first star constellation on them. I mean, at this point, it's just complete as much of the monthly as you can, at least all the ones that have acyl fragments. You used to get a lot more from the monthlies, so it's a bit slower now, sadly. But just try to clear the monthlies. It's really all there is. That's the only way to get them at the moment. Alright, I think that's where we will call it today. So tomorrow's the weekend, so we won't be streaming on the weekend, and then the monthlies start on Monday. We're not going to do all the monthlies back to back because July 4th is a big holiday. It's also my brother's birthday, so I'm going to be traveling. So we won't be able to do all the monthlies back to back, but we'll be doing those on Monday. Also, trying to get the Swain adventure guide done this weekend. We'll see if I'm able to do that, because this is the first like big adventure guide I'm done. So I'm playing with a lot of new things, but hopefully that will come out this weekend if I can get it done. But thank you all for hanging out for a bit. Hope to see you all on Monday.